Hello and welcome along to another video. Today is Wednesday 22nd of July 2020 and in today's video I'm going to look ahead and preview day number 5, the PDC World Matchplay 2020. Now day number 5 starts at 7 PM UK time and we see the last 4 matches from the last 16 phase. So the best of 21 format and you've got to win by 2 clear legs unless it goes 30-0 and it's a sudden death leg. In day number 4 we saw wins in the last 32 for Dimitri van den Bergh. In the last 16 we saw wins for Michael Smith, Gary Anderson, Simon Whitlock shocked Michael van Gerwen, and we saw Christoph Ratajski win. What will happen in day number 5? We see 4 very more interesting games. In the opening game of the evening sees Gurney take on Vincent van der Voort. Now Gurney won his open round by 10 legs to 5 against Ricky Evans. He averaged 92, he had 580s and he was 10 from 22 on doubles. Gurney won the last 6 legs in a row to win this match. He was 5-4 down and he came back to win by 10 legs to 5. And he takes on Vincent van der Voort. Now Vincent van der Voort beat Dave Chisnell in the last 32 by 10 legs to 6. He averaged 98, he had 780s and he was 10 from 27 on doubles. This was a very impressive performance and his first win at the match play since 2011. But interested to see if he can back that up with another win. So the head-to-head between these two, Gurney leads the head-to-head by 4-3 and Darryl's won the last 3 meetings between these two, and the biggest of those meetings was at the UK Open in 2017, last 16, where Darryl won by 10 legs to 5. So what do I think is going to happen in this match? I think that Gurney's consistency will be too much for Vincent van der Voort. We've not seen Vincent van der Voort be very consistent on TV in recent times, and I think that Gurney will pick up an 11-6 win. So the second match of the evening sees Dimitri van den Bergh take on Cullen. Dimitri was very, very impressive in his match play debut where he beat Nathan Aspinall by 10 legs to 5. He averaged 98, he had 480s and he was 10 from 24 on doubles. So a really good performance for your match play debut from Dimitri. And he takes on Cullen, who edged out an absolute classic with Ian Wright by 13 legs to 12. He only averaged 90 in the match, he had 580s and he was 13 from 34 on doubles, and he'll have to improve that double percentage if he's to compete in this game. But he just never gave up. Even though he thought about saying his losing speech, he still plugged away and he got the win and they end up in the sudden death leg. So the head-to-head between these two, Joe leads it by 4-1. They've all been in Players' Championship events, but interestingly enough, Dimitri won the last meeting between these two, which took place in August 2019 by 6 legs to 5. So what do I think is going to happen in this game? I think it's a very, very exciting game. I think that both will produce their best performances to date. I think that Dimitri can go that little step above his performance against Nathan Aspinall, but I think Cullen will really step it up here. And I think that Cullen will win this game by 13 legs to 11. I think that Joe will get used to the pace of Dimitri, and I think once he does that, he'll kick on to that extra gear and get the 13-11 win. The penultimate game of the evening sees Peter Wright take on Durrant. Now Peter Wright was involved in an excellent first round match against Jose de Souza. Unfortunately, Jose missed a couple of doubles near the end of the game to extend the game even further by 10 legs to 8. Peter averaged 98, he had 5 180s and he was 10 from 21 on doubles. The best moment of the match was his 1-4-4 checkout, and when he was 8-5 down he took his glasses off. What was in that burst of 5 legs from Peter Wright was why he's a world champion, and I'd be interested to see if he can produce that in his second round. And he takes on Durrant, who beat Jeffrey Deswan with an almost perfect performance by 10 legs to 3 with 106 average. He had 680s and he was 10 from 25 on doubles. Glenn's really improved his scoring, especially in the 180s, grouping his darts excellently in the treble 20 bed. So the head-to-head between these two, Peter Wright leads it by 6-2 and he's won the last 5 meetings between the pair. The 2 most important meetings was at the Grand Slam semi-final where he won by 16 legs to 11, and at the UK Open earlier on this year in the last 64 by 10 legs to 8. I think that Peter Wright will win this game by 11 legs to 8. I think that now he's a world champion in the PDC, I think he'll take his game to the next level, and I think a game like this he will find a way, just like he did against Jose, to win this game. I think that Glenn will have most of the opening run in this game, but as the match goes on, I think Peter Wright will come more and more into this. It'll be interesting to see if he wears his glasses in round number 2, which he took them off halfway through round number 1 where he was in trouble. So the last game of the evening sees Danny Noppert take on Adrian Lewis. Now Danny Noppert shocked us all by beating Gerwen Price by 10 legs to 7 with a 90 average, and he was 580s and he was 10 from 31 on doubles. He outscored Gerwen Price in this game. He almost had double the amount of double attempts than Gerwen Price. Gerwen only had 18 in this match compared to Danny Noppert's 31 attempts. So you have to improve those double percentage, but the scoring is there if you can outscore Gerwen Price. And he takes on Adrian Lewis. Now he beat Steve Beaton in a very interesting game by 11 legs to 9. He averaged 97, he had 680s, and he was 11 from 19 on doubles. It's one of the best performances we've seen from Adrian Lewis in recent times, and we saw spells of the best Adrian Lewis. Now these two, I could only find one meeting in the head-to-head, and that was a Players' Championship in April last year, when Adrian Lewis won by 6 legs to 5. So what do I think is going to happen in this game? I think this is an epic game. I think it will go all the way to a sudden death leg, and I think Adrian Lewis will pip it by 14 legs to 13. I think that energy that he shows in his celebrations, which he showed in Steve Beaton, will get under the skin of Danny Noppert, and I think when push comes to shove in that last leg, I think Adrian Lewis will win this game by 14 legs to 13. So that's me came to the end of this video. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. Please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel. And until tomorrow, when I preview day number 6 of the PDC World Matchplay, which will be the first 2 quarterfinals, I will see you then. Goodbye.